Good evening, everyone. The way it's scheduled, we're going to have a very brief public hearing. So at this time, we're going to start on the public hearing. It's the overview of School First. It's a rating system by the state of Texas. And Melinda?
Good evening, everybody. I'm very proud of Britt City ISD and our financial rating. We were rated superior by TEA for our rating. And it has many qualifications to get you here, get to the superior rating. But I'm very happy to say that Britt City, out of 100 points, scored 100 points, which is pretty rare in the state of Texas. So this is the second year in a row, at least, that we've scored 100 out of 100 points, and that's the highest we can do. So we're very good financially within the Britt City School District.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda. Any comments? Okay, at this time, we're going to adjourn from the public hearing, and we're going to begin the regular scheduled board meeting for September 20th. Unfortunately for you, I'm filling in for Miss Becky Rutledge tonight. She wasn't able to attend, and pretty big shoes to fill. So it's great seeing all of y'all. I welcome y'all. It's really neat seeing the turnout, and thank you for making the time to come here tonight. At this time, we'll have invocation by Mr. Paul Zott.
Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for your awesome power and love. We especially thank you for all the people in this district who make it excellent. We thank you for these parents and students who are striving to accomplish great things. We ask that you guide us in this meeting, direct us by the Holy Spirit to do your will and to make sure the system is even better. We pray for those who are dealing with COVID, who are testing positive, who are recovering, and those in our district family and those in our community. And all these things we pray in Jesus' name.
Amen. Pledge.
The flag of the United States of America, the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, state under God, one.
If during the course of this meeting, discussions of any item on the agenda should be held in a closed meeting, the board will conduct a closed meeting in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551, subchapters D and E, Texas Government Code Section 418.183. Before any closed meeting is convened, the presiding officer will publicly identify the sections of the act authorizing the closed meeting. Discussions will be limited, only items listed on the agenda. All final votes, actions, or decisions will be taken in open meeting. The public forum. At a regular meeting, the board shall hear persons who desire to make any comments to the board. Each speaker that is recognized shall limit the presentation to 3 minutes. If any issue mentioned is listed on the agenda, when referring to the specific district employees, with the exception of the superintendent and board members, please use the person's title only, not their name. Statements made during public comments are the opinions of the speaker and not necessarily those of the board or district staff. During public comments, please refrain from yelling, using profanity, interrupting other speakers, making personal attacks on district employees, or engage in any uncivil conduct. Speakers can be held liable for their statements. Now, this is the fun part of any board meeting. It's recognitions. It's wonderful seeing y'all here. Mike, you're up.
Oh, I should say it is great to see all the families and the support of these great kids that are the future of our school district, and we're excited to recognize them tonight. And so our administrators from the campuses will now take over. Dr. French.
Good evening. Can y'all hear me? All right. Good evening, everybody. This past school year, typically we do our UIL for the elementary and the intermediate school. However, and we do it regionally with other districts due to COVID and other pieces, we decided to go in-house and do it in-house and just stay with our folks. So at the elementary, the K through 2 campus last year, in lieu of all of our UIL events, we did a second grade spelling bee. It was our first year to do it. And how it worked, just to give you a little background of it, is every student participated in a cold spelling bee. The top two from each class went on to the second round of the spelling bee, and they did another cold version of the spelling bee. And then we went to our top 8 in the spelling bee, and they performed a live virtual Google Meet spelling bee that the parents were allowed to visit. The parents were allowed to watch during that. And so we're going to recognize our top 8 tonight. So when y'all hear your name, come on up here, and moms and dads, because I am a mom, I went, even though they got baskets and their awards at the end of last year, I went ahead and got you a picture frame with them in there. So, all right. So Vivian Lala. Oh, Vivon Lala, sorry. All right. Ranger Hickenbotham. Mason Pettigene. Adeline Haney. She's not here. John Clark. Our third place was Dalix Pelt. Second place was Aubrey Lemus. And our first place for our first annual second grade spelling bee was Phoebe Foster. So y'all smile real big for Miss Ray for me. Point your pictures towards Miss Ray.
Good job, guys.
Do you want to take the picture? Y'all can go ahead and follow this way, out this way to come get your kids.
Okay, so while they're on the way out the door, BCI is also super excited to announce our UIL competitors. It was a much bigger playing field. We tried to give them as many subjects as possible as UIL normally gives them. So we've got multiple kiddos to recognize, but we're excited they were here. They got their ribbons and were recognized at the end of the year, but we want to make sure we point them out here too. So we'll start out with third grade. We may be missing a lot of kiddos, so if you'll just stay up here so we can get your picture per grade level. For third grade spelling, in sixth place, we have Braylon Costanzo. Fifth place, Luke Widener. Fourth place, Tatum Weibel. Third place, Grayson Gutierrez. Second place, Cash Comic. First place, Corbin Stanfield. For third grade mathematics, in sixth place, we had Luke Widener. We have some repetition here. Fifth grade, Tristan Sena. Fourth place, Adeline Tran. Third place, Bradley Dawkeen. Second place, Deacon Hodgkinson. First place, Cash Comic. Third grade oral reading, in sixth place, we had Cash Comic. Fifth place, Brantley Roy. Fourth place, Jaden Monroe. Third place, Addison Landry. Second place, Paisley Dixon. And first place, Cambry Albrighton. For third grade ready writing, for sixth place, we had Sophie Jones. Fifth place, Addison Landry. Fourth place, Presley Bolich. Third place, Aaliyah Monk. Second place, Faith Raspberry. And first place, Grayson Gutierrez. For third grade chess, sixth place, Cassandra Farias. Fifth place, Archer Rathburn. Fourth place, Logan Campbell. Third place, Jaden Griggs. Second place, Christopher Boring. And first place, Bradley Dakeen. Got a lot of kids. I know we're going fast. Thanks for clapping. Okay, so if you guys will scooch together and take a picture, and then you can go out there so that she can get your picture as well. We're gonna scooch y'all maybe in 2 rows. Got a lot of kiddos. Scooching, 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 scooching.
I'm shot on the kid. You're gonna be seen out there.
Good job, guys.
All right, we'll start with fourth grade. For fourth grade spelling, in sixth place, we had Colton Collier. Fifth place, America Pelt. Fourth place, Brooklyn Carter. Third place, Ellie Tran. Second place, Annalyn Duguay. First place, Adelson Jones. For number sense for fourth grade, sixth place, Nash Chamberlain. Fifth place, Oscar Riviera. Fourth place, Tatum Bass. Third place, Kai Baldwin. Second place, Rylan Moe. First place, Easton Jackson. For oral reading in sixth place, we had Candace Roas. Fifth place, Abby Frank. Fourth place, Kiva Levine. Third place, Riley Carver. Second place, Lila Lee. First place, Aiden Richard. For ready writing, sixth place, Brooklyn Carter. Fifth place, Tatum Bass. Fourth place, Addison Jones. Third place, Mia Lee Dumas. Second place, Annalyn Duguay. First place, Ava Swansea. You're having to keep your hands together. We are going pretty fast. Fourth grade chess team, we've got sixth place, Colt Walter. Fifth place, Rylan Darby. Fourth place, Landon Caps. Third place, Jacob Trahan. Second place, Dawson Revia. First place, Mason Sanchez. And for map charts and graphs, sixth place, we've got Kai Baldwin. Fifth place, Ariel Handley. Fourth place, Annalie Duguay. Third place, Rylan Moe. Second place, Dawson Rivia. And first place, Miles Durr. All right, do you want to squeeze together? All right, we'll move on to fifth grade. For fifth grade spelling, sixth place, Christopher Ayres. Fifth place, Fidel Villa. Fourth place, Carson Moore. Third place, Emma Hernandez. Second place, Jaden Garcia. First place, Duke Lee. Yeah, y'all can come stand up here. If we get your name called, come right up here. Number sense for fifth grade. Sixth place, Kylie Chance. Fifth place, Camila Mendoza. Fourth place, Jaden Garcia. Third place, Archer Lundy. Second place, Gavin Williams. First place, Duke Lee. Oral reading for fifth grade. Sixth place, Parker Deshawn. Fifth place, Kennedy Thompson. Fourth place, Fidelvia. Third place, Allison McDaniels. Second place, Kendall Creo. First place, Joshua Luna. Fifth grade ready writing. Sixth place, Caden Nelson. Fifth place, Mia Sterling. Fourth place, Brooklyn Raspberry. Third place, Giselle Medina. Second place, Grayson Doucette. First place, Kendall Creo. Fifth grade chess. Sixth place, Devin Meeks. Fifth place, Joanna Labrada. Fourth place, Aiden Irwin. Third place, Camden Seymour. Second place, Dakota Poppy. First place, Caleb Woodard. For map charts and graphs, we are almost done, I promise. Sixth place, Trace Ayler and Leighton Hershey. We had a tie for that place. Fifth place, Oscar Rivera. Fourth place, Carmen Robertson. Third place, Jacob Bronner. Second place, Aiden Irwin. And first place, Jackson DeSazo. Dictionary skills. Sixth place, Camila Mendoza. Fifth place, Nuria Winfrey. Fourth place, Logan Cormier. Third place, Kennedy Thompson. Second place, Mia Sterling. First place, Leighton Hershey. Listening skills. Sixth place, Remington Higginbotham. Fifth place, George Patillo. Fourth place, Gabby Hamilton. Third place, Delia Jones. Second place, Emma Hernandez. And first place, Landon Kennedy. Social studies. Sixth place, Brody Lunyon. Fifth place, Fidelvia. Fourth, Journey Scott. Fifth place, Kale Flatt. Second place, Aiden Irwin. And first place, Remington Higginbotham. Now that your hands are nice and numb, these kiddos did amazing. We're uber proud of them. Good job, guys.
Good job. Good job, guys. You said good job. Ladies, get close.
Come here, guys. You are taller than this. Scoochie. Find the window right in there and squeeze in. Look at you guys. Here, scooch. You look great.
Somebody ought to get a picture of them.
Okay, so we're going to set it.
Good job, guys. Good job.
A lot of kiddos. Yep. Tim.
Yeah, go ahead. Grab my keys. Okay. Great job.
Thank you so much. I didn't want it to get.
That's it.
Over here on me.
Hey, that's the way he is.
COVID test.
He is on me.
It's COVID.
He's spread out.
Huh?
We're spread out on my territory.
Come on. How do I do that?
You're into this.
Got a seat.
Am I?
Take it.
Thanks for kids.
That would be
How you-
boy.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey man, good to see you. How are you?
Michael, how you doing? Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Oh, what about the head?
Okay, we're gonna start back up. Wish the board meeting was that fun as finished. Consent action items. 8 through I.
We'll move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mark, you're up.
Yeah, I can't find it, but that's okay.
All right, all in favor of approving the consent action items, raise your right hand. All opposed, same signal. Good approved. Bridge City ISD. Tonight we have Miss Patty Collins. You're up. Thank you for coming.
Good evening, and thank y'all for allowing me to be here this month. I just wanted to catch you up. The last time I was with y'all, you had approved the MOU for us to form the Bridge City ISD Education Foundation, and we are excited to let you know that we have done that. So the foundation has received our state of Texas certificate of formation as a nonprofit corporation in the state of Texas. We have received our employer identification number from the IRS. And we have also filed our application for recognition of exemption as a 501c3 organization with the IRS. I did check on that this afternoon, and it appears that the IRS is running several months behind, probably due to COVID. So I am hopeful we may have that exemption status by the end of the year, but I'm just going to keep checking. The foundation bylaws were approved by the board on August the 3rd. And we have also adopted a conflict of interest and a code of ethics policy, which all of our board members have signed and are on file. We will be participating in the National Night Out here in Bridge City on October the 5th. We're excited to be a part of that. A lot of the board members will be there, and we will be handing out, that's a sample of the brochure that we have put together to tell a little bit about the foundation and what's going to be going on and what's to come. And so we're excited to be at National Night Out. That'll kind of be the first event where we will be there and be able to answer questions and let the public know and let the community know what we're doing with the foundation. After that, we will hold our first fundraiser on Saturday, October the 9th. We're going to have an alumni pancake breakfast at the high school cafeteria. And so that will kind of be just our first small fundraiser. You can find the event on Facebook, so please share that if you have not. And you can buy tickets on Facebook or you can get them at the door. And so that'll kind of kick off the foundation. We do currently have a Facebook page. If you have not found that yet, please do so. I'm excited to report that within just a few weeks, we have over 500 likes on our Facebook page. And people have been sharing that, and so I think the word is starting to get out there. Did speak with Mark Dunn last week, and I am hoping, I heard from Dave Rogers also, and so I'm hoping that we have a penny record article in this week's paper, and to also announce the foundation and what the purpose and the mission is. And so I'm excited about that, and hopefully we will be able to see that this week. We're in the process of building our webpage, and so that is to come. I expect that will take a few more weeks before we have that live and ready to launch, but we do have a website page that is also being built. I'm happy to answer any questions, but I think I've caught you up from the last time I was here into where we are today.
Thank you, Patty, so much. We
You're welcome.
appreciate all the effort and the community.
They are. We're very excited. We've got had some additional board members that have most recently joined the board. And so we're very excited about the folks that we have that are excited about the foundation and ready to participate and do some good and worthwhile here in the district. Thank y'all.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Patty.
Thank you.
Be sure and buy some pancakes. Everybody likes pancakes.
Next on the agenda is finance, informational items, superintendent approved donations.
I've got three donations. Bridge City ISD Administration has received a donation of 4 school supply buckets from DR Horton with American Builder. These school supply buckets were valued at $120, were given to each campus for use. Bridge City High School Interact Club has received a donation from Bridge City Rotary in the amount of $250 to purchase supplies to help families impacted by Hurricane Ida. And Bridge City ISD Human Resource Department received a donation of 300 ice cream pint containers and lids valued at $60. These containers will be used for teacher staff appreciation.
Next, we have a couple of action items, board approved donations.
I've got 3 board-approved donations. Bridge City High School Athletics has received the following donations: $1,000 from Bridge City Bank for mascot races at varsity football games, $3,575 donation of Bridge City Middle School girls basketball uniforms made by an anonymous donor, and Bridge City ISD received $1,500 in grant funds from the Start Foundation to help purchase clothing for students in need in Bridge City ISD.
Heard the donations. Vote. Approved and seconded. Any discussions? Thank you, Mike. This time, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed? Next on the agenda, discussion and possible action authorizing the superintendent to publish an RFP with the intent of selecting a construction management company for the elementary campus.
Bridge City ISD seeking approval to publish an RFP or RFQ in local newspapers with the intent to select a construction management company at risk for an addition to our elementary campus. Any proposals received will be submitted to the board for review before a recommendation is made to the board for final approval.
So moved.
Second.
Have an approval and second. Any discussion on? Kelly?
Yes. Yes, and I'll talk more about the timeline and superintendent report, but the first advertisement week in the Orange Leader will be September 22nd and September 25th. That's a Wednesday and a Saturday. And then the second week would be September 29th and October 2nd. And then we're also going to put that in the Beaumont Enterprise on Saturday, September 25th and Saturday, October 2nd. So we feel like we'll get really good coverage between those two papers and those times.
Any other questions? All who report on this, raise your right hand. Clear. Instructional information items.
I'm happy to report tonight that we have handed out $23,531.40 in mini grants. We had a total of 23 submitted, 12 were awarded. At BCE, 3 of 3 were awarded. BCI, 5 of 12 were awarded. BCM, 2 of 3 were awarded, and at the high school, 2 of 5 were awarded. This will impact over 3,500 students, and again, the total was just over $23,500. So those checks are in the hands of the teachers, and they're in the process of doing what they do to get that to the business office and get rolling with their grants. We appreciate everybody that took the time to apply for grants and the good things that's going to come out of those in the classroom.
It was a very impressive program too. Next, policies. Couple of action items, 3 of them. BCISD resolution for day missed due to district.
All 3 of these action items are very similar, so if you don't, I guess we can probably vote on them separately, but I'll just kind of explain them all. This is for missing the day of school for the power outage, and then 2 and 3 have to do with the missed day for Tropical Storm Nicholas. In these instances, our faculty and staff obviously can't help weather or electricity and those types of things. So these resolutions are to pay our folks as if they were at school that day. This is nothing extra on top of anything. This is had we had school that day. So we're asking to pay those folks. Then on 3, when the emergency compensation plan, this was approved by the board. It's in policy with the governor and then with the county judge, with Orange County judge, declaring an emergency declaration for Tropical Storm Nicholas. I did the same at the district level. And so when we have faculty and staff that put in time over that day, and I, in your book, you should have the documentation that shows who and what was being done as far as participating in weather webinars and talking to other school districts, communications, door access, AT&T Spectrum, network access, phones, servers, checking for leaks, resetting our air conditioners, making sure our freezers were okay, and maintaining the right temperatures on our foods. So that all that documentation is in the packet. And so again, by DEA local, we have a policy in place where those folks get money on top of what would be a normal day. And all that documentation is in the board packet. Any questions on A, 1, 2, or 3?
Let's get it. Motion.
I so move.
Second. Any discussion? Vote on these separately or? should
I
we-
would vote on them separately.
Okay, the first vote is BCISD resolution for day missed due to district. Next, BCISD resolution for day missed due to TS Nicholas. Tropical storm Nicholas. 3, emergency compensation for tropical storm. And opposed? Okay, next, district facilities operations update. Mr. Joseph.
Okay. Some good news, our gutters have been fully replaced at middle school across the front. Look for that to eliminate the leaking under the canopy there. BCI, the roof, we're still waiting on materials. They're estimating right now we're still 14 days out from it being completed. So I'm just waiting. As soon as I hear the materials are available, they'll get back out here and start on it. We had some leaks. We had a
Yeah.
very minor leak. Now we're good. The electrical service that we were discussing earlier, what it is there's a electric pole here by the ground shop that is actually lower than it should be. So during Thanksgiving break, they're going to replace that pole here. and rework this whole line. Because what's happening between these two poles, when the wind picks up, the lines were hitting each other. And it was blowing the fuse up the road. What they've done as a temporary fix is added weights to all three of the lines to try to help eliminate them swinging in the wind.
So it's a height or is it
It's a height thing. They're too low and there's too much slack in all the lines. And then KFDM, I'm waiting on a call back from Bostwick. He was supposed to call me last week. They're going to put a new weather station at the press box. It's a small Raspberry Pi. It's all you need is Wi-Fi and power, and that's it. So there's no computer like there was before or anything. And then we received Natasha.
Is that something?
It's there you go. We also received the check from Coca-Cola. It's been deposited to fix the front of the competition gym. Waiting on one more quote, and then we're gonna move forward with those repairs. That picture is of the awning at middle school. We do have lights up. What they've done is they've taken some LED lights and they put down in the channel to where it reflects back down off of it. I was very pleased with that because we had a lot of issues with lights being knocked down with that being a low canopy, they'll jump up and hit them. So I was glad to see that those lights are out of sight, out of mind. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
HR personnel report, safety and health update. Dr.
We have one resignation of the professional staff member not hired anyone at this point. If you look on the back, you'll see the other classifications of employees. We have one paraprofessional resign at WCE. We hired a replacement, and then we hired a consultant, one of our good friends. Any questions? The next thing is our COVID numbers. So exciting. This is a front and back report. So I gave you a copy. I don't know if you all had a chance to look at the dashboard this afternoon. But the dashboard.
All right, it's okay.
Thank you.
The dashboard is on one side of the page, and it shows you what is out there on the World Wide Web about our as of today. So you can know that you look at the right-hand side is our active cases per campus. So we look at that. It's just wonderful. Way to go, students and staff, just fabulous, and parents. Exciting. And then our recovery numbers are great. You look over to the right-hand side, our total active cases, 6 students, 26 adults, for less than 0.9%. And then our total cases since August the 11th, you'll see those numbers. If you look over to the back, this is the report that I send to the health department once a week. The numbers look a little bit different because we have to report, we report folks that are actually on a campus that might interact with kids, whereas on the dashboard, that's every employee. So like if I were to get COVID, I would not so you can see the number of staff per campus, the number of students per campus. Again, this one rounds that 0.9 up to a full 1% of our student and staff population that has tested positive or is in quarantine. So any questions? I think I'm so proud of our folks. You do know that we are rapid testing employees who might have been exposed. And so we, Dr. Shirley, myself, Dr. Fountain, Mr. Reeves, Tina Garcia, and Maggie Javert are qualified testers. And so if any of our staff members are exposed and would need to be quarantined, we can rapid test them every other day in order for them not to have to come. We haven't had to test anybody in almost 2 weeks. So that means that people are not exposed.
Thank you.
Excited.
Next, superintendent report.
Okay, if this is also in your report, you see our latest numbers: BCE 817, BCI 677, BCMS 732, and high school 855 for a district enrollment currently of 3,081. You can see our ADA is not great, but it has come a long way from where we were. We spent close to 10 days, I think, in about the mid upper 80s. And so today we were just under 95%. So we're definitely headed the right direction there. And you can see all the percentages at each campus. Underneath that, you can see our upcoming events. And then we have calendars in your packet for each campus. The next thing I was going to go over, and I just passed it down to you. It's the updated graph from Templeton, and I was just going to go over a few things on this. Probably the most significant change on this whole packet was, if you'll look at the 2021-22 gold bar at the top, the yellow number, the highlighted number of 274. That's 42 more kindergartners than we had last year. So that piece substantially changed the rest of this report, because now we have 42 more students that are be moving up through the grade levels. So now it really only changed this sheet. The rest of that report that we saw a couple months ago was very, very similar, and I can send it back to you. But I wanted to point that out. The 254 in that same row is 8th grade. So those are our two biggest classes in the district: 274 kindergarten and 254 8th graders. If you look, so I already told you the increase in kindergarten was 42 students. That's 18% increase in kindergarten. If you look over to that 236 in 7th grade in that same gold bar, look back at when they were 6th graders. So go diagonally up to the left, there were 224. So that was an increase of 12 students, or 5% in that grade level. And then same, look at our freshmen, 251. Go look at them as 8th graders, there was 230. So that's an increase of 21 students, about 9% in that grade level. So those are our three highest percentage change in grade levels: 5%, 9%, and 18%. And you can see that the largest total we've had this year is 3,103. That's a growth of 75 students, or 2.5% from last year. And the growth it's going to keep coming. So I will send you the entire report, but you can see their newest notes at the bottom, which I've already said. 75 students, a change of 2.5%. Saw the biggest increase in kindergarten, 7th grade, and 9th grade. So that is the update from Templeton, or Zonda. And then last, I'll pass out this timeline. Pass one down to Mars. So these are the tentative dates that I would like to, once the RFQ is posted in the newspaper, these are the tentative dates that I would like us to try to hit. The one date that is not on here is Tuesday, October 5th, and that is the date that I'm going to aim for the town hall. Tuesday, October 5th at 6 o'clock. And I don't know for sure, but we may do that right here. I do that right here in the boardroom. We'll probably put it out there and judge how much interest we have and see if we need to move it. But I need a spot where I can have where people can hear me, and then two, where we can have some screens to display a slideshow. So that is October the 5th. Then you can see underneath that, the first advertisement week of September 22nd, 25th. So the RFQ is released on the 22nd. And then the second week of advertisements, the 29th and October 2nd. Questions from the contractors would be, need to be submitted by September 29th. And then they would have their responses by October the 1st. In talking with Claycomb a couple different days, you can see, well, I'll get there in a minute. RFQ, October 7th is when it would be due. October 13th is a Tuesday. No, it's not. October 13th is a Wednesday. And that is a night that we would meet and look at the proposals and select our short list. And Claycomb would be present to do that with us on the 13th. Then once we select our short list, we reach back out to them and ask them for sealed bids. And those would be due by October 18th. And then we would interview on October 20th, which I also believe that is a Wednesday. That is 2 days after the original October board meeting was the 18th. And so what this does is has us moving the regular board meeting back to the Monday following the original, which would be October 25th. So that would be our normal October board meeting. And that is also the board meeting where we would approve the construction manager at risk. No, the normal one was October 18th. But to hit this timeline, they suggested we move it back a week to give us our time to do our due diligence and our homework in selecting construction manager. So that's the timeline. If you guys don't have any problems with that, that's the timeline that I'll put in the packet. So when they reach out to me, that'll be the timeline in the packet that they will be asked to follow. So the last thing on my superintendent report was the town hall or the community meeting. And that, again, tentative, I think the date is firm, Tuesday, October 5th at 6 o'clock. And we're just trying to figure out where exactly that's going to be. The only thing we have going on that night is it's a volleyball night and it's away. So
And that night out.
that night out, that's why I had it on the Monday.
I think you need to change that. That night out is a big deal.
Well, Monday night is burning of the letters. I mean, trust me, I looked for 3 weeks to find a one night and it's almost impossible. But let me go back to the drawing board because I agree, it probably doesn't need to be on the night out. So I will do my best to find a time that doesn't. The Wednesday, the 6th is our board workshop. And that is what we have Region 5 coming to do a training for us. We could possibly two things. We could look and see if it's offered at Tassatasby and not have that training here, or we could possibly move that board workshop to the following Wednesday. And so maybe we would do it on that Wednesday, October the 6th. Or we could do the workshop after. So we could have about an hour community meeting and then go into our workshop. Well, I'll go on record then and say Wednesday, October the 6th. Wednesday, October the 6th at 6 o'clock. And we may have to move a few things around to make that happen, but that sure beats Tuesday. Y'all have any questions?
Thank you, Mike. Good. All right, at this time, we're gonna go into closed session. The open session of this meeting will adjourn. The Board of Trustees will come back. Following pursuit. Items discussed.
Guys, thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah.